Look who's on social media. I'm trying to do a video, no less. But I've got a story to tell, and I hope you'll give me just a couple minutes to listen to it. Most of you, our friends and family, especially locally, know that Max and I go to Kenya each year and work in the Mathare slum there. An awful place, poverty-stricken, all that you can imagine. For the last year and a half, we have been super involved in building a school there. This elementary school has consumed our lives for the last 2 years. It's a primary school. Started out as kindergarten through sixth. We've had to add a preschool. And so it's a big building, 6 stories. We're going to educate 500 kids by the time we're done. At the end of each week, we have a staff meeting with our Kenyan staff, us, everybody involved in the leadership of the school, just because we have so many things to do to get going, to get our school opened on January 6th. And so today our headmaster told us 2 stories that I can't shake. We hear lots of heartbreaking stories over and over and over and over with our students, with our community there, with our friends, with everybody we know. But these have just been really, really difficult for me. Disclaimer, I may cry. I'm already feeling it coming. Not manipulative, not guilting you into anything, but I want to just tell this story for a couple reasons. Our headmaster said he had a little girl come to the school by herself. She's about 6 or 7. Let's call her Shelly. Shelly came to the school by herself, knocked on the door, so to speak, and our security guards let her in. And she came up looking for somebody in charge and found our headmaster and asked, "Can I go to school here?" Our headmaster sent her home to get a parent because we do need parental permission and input and information in order to enroll a child. Shelly came back with a neighbor, which told us a couple things, that either the parents weren't able to come I'll tell you why, or that they wouldn't come. It turns out that Shelly's parents struggle with alcohol, which means that they're terrible alcoholics. And so it broke my heart, and it broke all of our hearts. Our headmaster took a picture of her, got all the information that he could from the neighbor, and was approaching us because we do ask for parental involvement on some level with our school. We need the parents to make sure that they want their kids there, that their child is up and ready for school, that their uniform is cleaned, and that they're prepared for school. We also ask for a small financial commitment from the parents, just a couple of dollars a month, because remember, school is not free in Kenya, and we pay the bulk of it through fundraising and sponsorships. But he wanted to bring this to our attention because he said there will be absolutely no help here. Shelly's parents are terrible drunks. They will have no money to give. We have no support there. And so we said immediately, get her enrolled. This is the type of child that we want to reach. And he said, well, I need to get her a uniform. And so how are we going to pay for her uniform? We said, order her uniform. We will figure that out. And Max said to me later, he said, I think I know just the gentleman, just a friend of his who has kind of agreed to sponsor a child like this in such a needy situation. But this hit so close to home for me because we have a 7-year-old in our family. And I cannot imagine our little 7-year-old walking across the community by himself because he has been living in such a horrible situation that he sees the big, beautiful school going up across the way and says, there's got to be something better for me than this. And so he takes the initiative just like Shelly did. And so she saw a hope across the valley and came to us for help. So she will be enrolled. She will be, regardless of who's paying for her, we'll figure that out. Shelly will be enrolled. She'll get 2 meals a day. Her uniform's going to be provided. She will be given her all the textbooks, everything that she needs to get an education. Max did say to me at one point, he goes, how can we be assured that she's actually going to get to school? Do we need to send an older student? Do we need to make sure a teacher walks with her every day? And I told him, I said, the food will drive her to the school. That will probably be the only meals that she has, that she'll come and she'll be fed at our school because they will get 2 nutritious meals per day, all the kids. But most importantly, she's going to hear about a God that loves her. Sorry. She's going to hear about a God that loves her because her teachers and our staff will pray with her every day. But I wanted to tell you about her because this is the type of story that we encounter over and over. Max is a proud man and he doesn't like to ask friends and family for help, but I'm just throwing it out there. I told him, I said, I just feel like I need to share this story and see what God does. Again, I think we have somebody who will sponsor her, but would you consider sponsoring a child like her? We have hundreds. We have so many. There's a second quick story. Our school administrator said she had a mom come in and pay a 500 shilling deposit for the uniforms and to get her child enrolled in school. That's about $3.50. And then the mother proceeded to tell her, our school administrator, that she was about to get locked out of her shanty in the slum because she couldn't pay her rent. But she was using every penny that she had to bring her daughter to school to get her enrolled because that is the hope for her daughter to get out of poverty. So our school administrator, of course, gave the money back to her and said, go pay the rent on your shanty. We will pray and we will figure out how to provide an education for your daughter. So again, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I just feel like if you don't know, in this season of Christmas, and if you don't know that there's a child across the ocean that has less than nothing that could use your help, we would sure like to put a smile on her face and her mama's face. And so, thanks for listening. Sorry, I knew I would do this because it's personal, but I just feel like God told me, get this message out there. Let's see what the people will do. So thank you all for listening. Sorry. Merry Christmas. And truly, no manipulation on my part, no guilt, no. We just feel like God knows what our needs are, and He has been meeting them in incredibly abundant ways. So thanks for listening.